muckers. Well, been on a bit of a fish rescue mission today. I don't know if any of you have seen my cycling video from earlier in the week. Oh, look over haircut, Mar, look at that. Yeah, don't know if any of you have seen my cycling video from earlier in the week. Or from, yeah, yesterday, earlier in the week. Family friend of Amy's parents. I've known them for years and years and years, but to be fair, I didn't actually know they had a pond. They had a small pond, elderly couple, small pond, and they're moving into a bungalow. So they're shutting the pond down. Small pond, around about 1,000 litres or just over 1,000 litres, I reckon. Now they had a couple fish left that needed moving on. So I went over today and had a look. One of them I was more than interested in. Years and years ago, Nigel, Amy's dad, used to breed his own koi. Amazing setup. He had we had 3 ponds. One was about 15,000 litres. The other one was around about 10,000 litres. And then he had another pond that was around about 1,000 litres, which he used just literally to spawn, or a couple of thousand litres just to spawn. Literally just to spawn them on. And then they go back into the main pond again after they finish spawning. He had some really, really good quality spawns. When the lady had contacted me to come and have a look, she pointed out that one of them was actually one of Nigel's last spawns. So instantly I was like, yes, I want to go and have a look. He spawned some quality Matsubas. Lucky for me, because I like my Matsubas. And there's another one in there. Her name's Carol. She's a big old girl. I don't actually know what she is. She looks Matsuba-y. She's white. So she looks very much like a Gin Matsuba, but she has got some colour down on the edges of some of her scales. I don't know what they are. I don't know what she is, to be honest. A bit of advice from you guys would be nice as to know what she is. But they're both around about 10 years old. Carol's a lot bigger than the Matsuba in there, but the Matsuba in there, she's a big old girl as well, mine. She's probably, I don't know actually. We'll find out in a minute. Anyway, I'll show you. I'll spin you around and show you. Now I've got to be a bit careful with this because they were put in the pond over there about 10 years ago, and they've never ever been handled. They're not the friendliest. Obviously they don't bite, but they're bloody nuts. So I'll quickly show you, and then I'm going to put them in the pond in the box to try and match the temperatures, because they've been in the car for about 20 minutes. So I need to cool the water down a bit, and then I'm just going to net them in. I'm going to net them into my pond simply because I want to be able to have a look at them separately, check them over. I think the Matsuba's got a couple of scales missing from old injuries from what I had a quick look at earlier on, but if they do need some Tamidine or anything, then I can have a look. So, but here they are. That's some 2 chunky fish. So yeah, another Kin Matsuba, whatever you want to call it. Kin Matsuba, I think, when they're more of a bronzy, aren't they? Like my one there. So, although he's got a little lump of cart pox come up on his nose. Typical, isn't it? So yeah, I'm going to take a couple of scrapes. Looking at the way they are and their health, and like the way they are, I'm not expecting to find much, but I am expecting something because of the time of year. So, and the fact that they were literally, you know, they're not koi keepers that had them. They were just an old couple with a lovely little pond in their lovely little garden. So, okay. So right, I'm going to do a scrape and I'll get back to you. Well, that's the scrapes done. I've done 3 scrapes because the first one I scraped, I couldn't find nothing, and I didn't really believe it. But the second one, couldn't find nothing, and the third one, couldn't find nothing. So quite happy with that, to be fair. So yeah, happy days. But yeah, although they were a fish rescue, I says they could close the pond down. I did give them, you know, a bit. I did give them, well, I'll be honest, I gave them 20 quid. You know, so they put that in the grandchildren's pot. So yeah, they were happy with that, I think. So you know, better than just taking them on, isn't it? So, but yeah, so right, I'm gonna acclimatise them, so to speak, and then get them in and get them in the net and have a look at them, proper look at them, roll them over and that, and have a proper look at them. So yeah, happy days. So this is the kin Matsuba. Obviously the couple I bought at they had no idea what they were. They just thought that they were, or knew that they were koi fish. She's 44 centimetres. She's got a couple of old injuries there. Feisty, very feisty. The bottom's clean. Let me just take my watch off a minute and then I can try and turn her over. So, good quality Matsuba that, nice clean head. Let's see if I can turn her over. She's quite feisty, like I say. Right, I'll have a look. I'll put you down a minute and have a look underneath her. Yeah, she's clean underneath. Just those couple of old injuries on the side here. None on that side. They did have a pump fed system, so that's probably down to that. They also have pots of plants and stuff in the pond as well. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. That's 2 kin Matsubas I got now. A male and well, I think that's a female. I know my other one is a possible male. So there you go. Big old brute. That one, I believe, is one of Amy's father's young'uns, I believe. So it's about 10-year-old. They're both about 10-year-old. So yeah. Right, let's get the other one. Now this one is known as Carol. I did tell the previous owners I'll keep her as Pat. It's coming through on the camera like she's got pink in her fins. She hasn't. She's actually nice and clean, nice and white. Not sure what she is. Obviously she's got some lovely ghost koi type marking, but then she's also got this down her back, which was very Matsuba-y until you look on her sides and she's got a bit of orange there. So I don't know what she is. What do you guys think? But this is 50 centimetres. So again, another big old brute. So yeah. She's coming through on the camera as a funny colour. Don't know why, no idea why, but she is white and grey on the top, obviously. So not a bad set of fish. I bet they're loving that because they were only in a small pond. So yeah, I'm definitely going to have to move a few on soon, I think. Whether Carol goes with them, I'm keeping the Matsuba for sure. The carrot's going to go. Possibly Carol. She's the same size as my Sorghoi, look. That there is going to be going. It was or it is a Sankey. It's just not a very good Sankey, as you can see. And possibly my Kasheki, whatever you want to call it. Simply because I never see him. He's black. He's lost his orange for some reason. I don't know why. But those three are definitely up for moving on this year. So the Carrot, which is right there. Possibly Carol, which I've just rescued, that one there. 50cm fish. And the, wherever it's gone, see, I've lost the Kasheki now. What's the Kasheki gone? Ah, that there, which is a Sankey, really not a very good one. And the Kasheki, I can't actually see. I never see him. That's why I'm going to move him on. He's there. Yeah, I've got some orange down him, obviously, but he was a lot more orange than that when I first bought him. He's always been dark. But yeah, I just never see it. So he'll be moved on as well. Right. I'll let them settle down for a minute or two, and then I'm going to come and give them some grub. Catch you in a bit. So yeah, they've been in the pond now for about 10-15 minutes. I'm going to try them on a bit of grub, just see if they are interested at all. Carol down there, she keeps coming up, having a look, but obviously I have to see. I don't know what she is, you know. She's looks like she's got a bit of Matsuba and somebody else had advised me she's got a bit of a Matsuba type, Asagi type look to her. Yeah, but there's the Matsuba coming up. She's lovely, she is. It's such a shame she's got a couple of scales missing on her. She's still a stunning fish. Really, really nice quality fish. That would have been one of Amy's Favor's last spawn. My other Matsuba, my boy, well, I think he's a boy anyway, he's there. So yeah, they might not take a feed there just yet, but it's worth looking, see whether they will. I don't know what food that they were fed on. I did see a pot of pellets there. They look like quite dark ones. I don't know what they were, obviously. Yeah, quite happy with them. At least now the old couple I had them off can drain the pond and move on into their nice new bungalow. She's going to take a pellet, that. Oh no, she's going to go underneath it. Well, I'm sure they'll settle in fine. Alright, I'll see you in a bit. Right then, time to hit this crap now. Get all this all sprayed up and cleaned up and strip some of the old paint off. Get it sorted. Get all this taken down, open up my shower. Happy days. Fish are all doing well. Get in there slowly. Cut the lawn the other day, so that's not too bad. Bit of a minging day today, but hey ho, perfect for getting the pressure washer out. Start clearing this up. Take all the covers off my furniture. Happy days. Right, see you in a bit. Don't you just love starting jobs that you really don't want to be doing? Needs to be done now. I was going to replace the boards this year because they're fairly old, but with the cost of everything at the minute, I'm going to refurbish them instead. So taking all the paint right back, giving them a good old clean and a bit of a sand down later on when it's dried out, and give them a fresh coat of paint. I'm not using the cheap paint like I did last year because it just doesn't last. It keeps peeling off and everything. It just makes it look horrible. It's quite heavy traffic along this deck as well. Everybody always comes up to the pond. So I've decided to buy Cuprinol this year because it's been highly recommended. See, look at that. That's just through traffic. But I think because I had so much paint on it before and all I done was painted over it, I think that's why the cheaper paint hasn't taken to it. But yeah, strip it back and put some proper treatment under it, put some proper treatment on it, and then paint it with proper Cuprinol decking paint. Hopefully that should last me another year or two then, because the boards are good, they're not rotten, they're bloody good, but cheaper than replacing it. But look at the bloody mess that's come off of it. Amazing how filthy dirty it gets. Right, crack on. Well, that was a job I wish I never started. Oh, bloody tedious was that. But still, got as much of it stripped off as possible. Ready for a new fresh coat. Once I've treated the decking, got to clean all this crap up now. I need all that to come up here, and all that to come up here, so I can do the same with the patio and the concrete area. God, I don't know, eh? Springtime. See you in a bit. Hi, muckers. Wow, seems to be a week for it. I've been a very, very lucky boy this week. Obviously, at the beginning of the week, I helped out with rehoming a couple of fish from friends of Amy's parents. Wasn't a problem. They wanted to clear out a pond, as you know, and they had a couple left to rehome. Well, I've taken them on, help them out a bit, you know, put some nice fish in my pond again. And a very nice kin Matsuba, so I was more than happy to take them on. But yeah, other than that, I replied to a message, or I replied to an advert on Facebook. Back beginning of, nearer the start of the week. And I've been lucky enough to have a reply today. Very nice couple, older again, moving out of the country, and that pond they've got, well, it's a natural pond, very nice, fairly sized, like, you know, fair size, fairly big, but the fish in there, wow, oh, absolutely gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. They got some monstrous things in there as well. Now, I went over today, they replied today. Obviously the advert, it went crazy, so they've taken it down off Facebook now because it was just too much for them. And they've replied anyway to me. So I've been over today and had a look. Blown away, absolutely blown away. Now I have picked up what I'm going to show you in a minute, which I believe, sorry about that, phone got out. Charge it next time, eh? Yeah. Where was I? Yeah, right, yeah, I'm going to show you now anyway. It's what I believe to be a Deutsch Kajaku. I may be wrong, so I'd like your input on it, if possible. She's a female, definitely female. Absolutely immaculate. I've done scrapes, I've checked her all over, there isn't a mark on her. Scrapes 100% clean. The colours are so vibrant, you know, the white is pure white, the red is red, and the black is black, you know, there's no mucking about with it, you know, they are, it is absolutely stunning. It's metallic, which is really nice. But anyway, yeah, like I say, really good, healthy fish, stunning. Around about the late 30s, early 40s centimeters. I will measure it properly. I'll put it here, the actual measurements. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So I'll spin you around and show you that, and then I'll get back to you. So there she is. Now I believe that to be a Deutsch Kajaku. I'd like to know your thoughts. Absolutely gorgeous. I'll put the lid back down, let her settle back down. I'm going to put her in the pond in a second. So, but everybody else, absolutely sweet as a nut. The other two that I rescued just earlier in the week. Oh, wrong one. Took a thumb off there. They've settled in lovely. They're feeding well. They're nosy. Carol down there, look. That's a daft name for a fish, eh? And then the Matsuba teamed up with my young boy Matsuba. That'll be quite interesting because that's a male and female there now. So I'll be quite happy to see something become of that in the future. But yeah, I am going to move on, Carol. Simply, it's a lovely fish, don't get me wrong, but I just don't know what it is. And I do like to know what my fish are, you know. And there's a couple of other smaller ones that I'm going to move on, obviously. And the carrots go in this year. So, but yeah, very nice. Right, I'm going to get this Kajaku in. I'll be back to you in a bit. So there you go. I think you'll agree she's absolutely stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. There is another one exactly, well, not exactly the same obviously, but the same sort of fish over there. He's a bit dumpy though. He's like short and fat, but he's got loads of character. They've called that one Tyrion. They're actually into Game of Thrones, so if any of you have watched it, you'd know Tyrion is the dwarf. So yeah, I definitely want that one if I can. And there's another one over there that I really want. It's a Deutsch Matsuba. Only problem with that one is it's been promised to a friend of theirs. So I'm hoping that friend of theirs doesn't have it, to be honest with you. It is stunning. It is stunning. So if that friend of theirs is watching, please let them down. You know, because I mean, what I would do for a fish like that in my pond, well, we all know I like my Matsubas. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there for a minute. I'm going to get her in the pond, and I'll be back with you in a bit. There she is, released. Beautiful fish. Very happy. Very grateful. Very grateful. Hey muckers! Bit of good news. Just had a message. I had a message last night. Their friend hadn't got back to them on taking on Flame, the D.I.Y Matsuba. So I am on my way over to collect it. Happy days, happy days. So yeah, she's working from home today, so I am gonna go over, grab that one. I'm gonna try for Tyrion. Like I say, I'm not stressing that fish. Like I said earlier on, I won't be stressing that fish out. She's very particular over that. And do you know what? It's really refreshing, because I don't feel that I have to stand there all day and get all the ones out that I really want. Stabbing around and stressing out the fish, I think it's really nice, the fact that they are happy for me to come and go as I please. They're more interested in the welfare of the fish and not getting them out, and I think that's brilliant. You know, a lot of people, when they're closing down ponds, they just want rid. They just want it all gone quick. The sooner the better, sort of thing, you know. It doesn't matter whether the fish are stressed out or what. So yeah, so I'll go for Flame. Depending on how long and how much disturbance I've made in the pond. It's a fairly sized pond, very big pond. So depending on how much disturbance and how much I've upturned the pond and the stress of the other fish in there, whether I get the other one out or not. If not, I can always go back another time. So happy days. Right, I'll pick you up in a bit. Oh my god, I've just picked up Flame. It is Flame that she calls him. I think he's a male. I'll double check that when I get home properly. It is absolutely beautiful. It's stunning. One of my favourite Matsubas, and well, you all know I like my Matsubas. And yeah, happy days, happy days. They're a lovely couple, lovely couple. They've not wanted nothing for him, which is unbelievable, really. But what I am gonna do, they wouldn't take any, like they didn't want nothing for any of the fish. Which the same with what's left there. They don't want nothing for them. But there's some monstrous things in there. But what I am going to do is I'm going to make a donation at the end of the month. When my money comes in at the end of the month, I'm going to make a donation to charity on their behalf. I think that's only fair. So, but yeah, right now I'm going to head on home, scrape and test this one. I'm confident it'll be fine. The other one was the other day. And well, I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, so I've only just got home with Flame. So I haven't opened the box or anything with him yet. I'm going to give you guys a quick peek. It's absolutely beautiful. There you go. D.I.Y Matsuba. Around about the 50, wow, don't know, I'll have to measure him properly, but around about the 50 centimetres. So, happy chappy. I'm going to get set up for a scrape and check him over, make sure he's alright. I've done a water test this morning, obviously because I have added fish this week. So I've done a water test. Everything's good. So, happy days. See you in a bit. Alright, there we go. Flame's hooked up with his old buddy. That's enough in there now. I definitely need to move a few on. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Look how vibrant it is. D.I.Y Matsuba, that is. Well, I'm over the moon. Just glows. It's brilliant. Measured it at 50 centimeters. So another big one. So yeah, I'm definitely needing to move some on now. So super chuffed. Super grateful. Yeah, so mad, absolutely mad. Fish of that quality. Very lucky boy this week. Very lucky. I want to say a massive thanks to the couple that I had them off. I am gonna, at the end of the month, I will put a donation into charity on your behalf, because the fish, they were free. They just wanted them to go to a good home. Very particular in the way their fish were handled and that, which, as I said earlier in the video, I really liked that. It was really refreshing to find people like that just want to clear their ponds out, but they're more concerned about the health of the fish and not stressing them out more so than clearing the pond. And I think that's just brilliant. And yeah, I can't thank you enough. I can't, you know, no offense hopefully, but I can't pronounce her name, so I shall put a little message up here saying thank you to the pair of them, and I hope you carry on following me, and then that way you can keep an eye on the progress of your fish. So yeah, happy days, very lucky this week. But yeah, that's about it really this week, guys. Oh, one last thing actually, the Deutz Kajaku that I had off them, done some research. When I got it back here, I was looking at it and I wasn't 100% sure whether it was a Kajaku or not. So I've taken a picture and a video and I've sent them around a few of you other YouTubers, a couple of dealers that I know, and they've all come back with the same. It's not a Kajaku. They are, I'll write it here again because I can't remember. Yeah, I've not got Tyrian, which is the other one, the stumpy one. Didn't want to stress the pond out anymore. I went over, got a flame, obviously stirred it all up. So the Tyrian may be coming in the future. I'm going to let my pond settle for a bit now. This last couple of weeks, let's just have 4 big fish added. So yeah, so we'll go from there. So right, I'll leave it there this week. Cheers, muckers.